Hi guys, welcome back to Her Kingdom Calling podcast. I'm your host, Brooklyn. We do not have Alyssa here with us today. We only filmed one video this week, so today's Wednesday. This video will be posted today on Wednesday.
Hey guys, I lied. This video did not get posted Wednesday. It is now Sunday. I'm sorry we've been slacking. Please ignore how I look. Anyways, I hope everybody had a great week. Okay. TTYL.
Hopefully, because we didn't film a video for today. So I'm just pulling something out my butt to figure out what I want to do. But I think I have a lot of ideas I want to do, but I just can't find the right time to do them. But I'm never going to find the right time if I don't just do them. So I have one that I want to do, and it's just called Where Are You, God? When you're feeling down low, situations where you just don't have any clue. And I just watched this TikTok, and I really want y'all to hear this girl's story because it is it had me torn. Okay, we're on the iPad. So the video says, I used to be super skeptical of Christianity until I heard stories of miracles, things nobody could explain other than God intervening. What if everyone dropped a little story of how God changed their life to encourage anyone who may be skeptical too? I started reading the comments, and I found one girl. She had no likes on her. Everybody else's comments, they were still very oh my goodness, type of miracles. This one had no likes, and it was when I tell you it's long, it's long. But I'm just gonna read it because this is a situation where somebody is where are you? What's going on? Why is things not going my way? Why is this not working? So I just want to read it to you just so you can kind of get the gist. So the girl says, hi, my name is Maricela, which I think that's how you pronounce it. I could be wrong. It's pretty obvious where my name comes from, the word miracle. Yes, I was born a miracle baby. I was born at 32 weeks, which means I was premature. My mom was rushed to the hospital due to high blood pressure, which made her pregnancy very risky and dangerous for both of us. By the time they got to the hospital, they had already lost my heartbeat, and later on, my mom lost hers too. I was declared dead for 4 hours, and my mom followed after some time. My father desperately called all our relatives, church pastors, and friends, asking them to pray for us. Just as the hospital staff was about to cover my mom with a white cloth, indicating she was deceased, a nurse saw that her stomach suddenly moved. They rechecked our vital signs and discovered we were both alive by some miracle of God. I was born a month and a week early, much earlier than my supposed to do due date. I was very small and fragile, yet I didn't need an incubator to survive. The doctor said the longest I could possibly live was until 7 years old. I just ran out of storage on my phone and had to go through and delete things. Let me continue back to this story. Okay, where was that? The doctor said the longest I could live was up until 7 years old. He told my parents they'd be raising a fragile child, but I grew up strong. Though I often got sick, I surpassed 7 years, and now she is 20, a student nurse studying to save lives, just as hers was saved. She's also using her life for the glory of God, involving herself in church ministries, testifying to the goodness of God in her life since the day she was born. She's now a worship leader, youth leader, and she continues to grow in her spiritual journey. And I literally read that and was that is so powerful, because people don't talk. I mean, they do talk about it, but miracles, I'm gonna be honest, you know the movie, what is it called? The girl who was stuck in the tree or something? I think I will find out what it's called. But it was this girl, she got stuck in her tree and she died or something. I really don't know what happened, but it was something kind of not like that, but same gist. But he is so powerful. I don't even know. There was times in my life where I was at my lowest points, and I can't say that I've ever some people miracles happen to them within seconds, or other people's it happens over weeks, times, minutes, days. A miracle can happen at any point in your life, whether it's instantly or in a few years. If you, like, you get what I'm saying? And so, I was at my lowest point probably last summer, kind of last summer. It was just, I had a lot going on. I don't want to say I was depressed. It was just a bad spot in my life where I felt depressed at that point. And I was really upset. I was not staying at home. I was like crying to my mom, like, I don't want to stay here. Let me find somewhere else. I was staying with somebody else. And when I came home, I was miserable. I told my mom, I was like, I can't do this. Like, if I stay here, like, it's not gonna end well. Like, I need to go back to where I was staying. And so I somehow convinced her into let me going. It was either that or I went to the hospital. And so she let me go. And the person that I was staying with at the time, I was telling them, I was like, I really want to start going to church. Like, I need to follow God. This is the lowest I've ever been in my life. I don't know what to do in this situation. I'm losing myself. This is not who I am. And so I started reading my Bible a little bit then. Maybe, like, I think I probably have the journal somewhere at my house. It was like 5 days straight. And then I just kind of like completely dropped it. Like, it just kind of, it all went to, and in high school, or even like in school, like, at least where I went to school, not even necessarily, but like, people don't talk about like God enough. Like, it's not a spoken topic enough in schools. And I understand, like, people will be like, oh, you shouldn't talk about this in school, but like, there should be, like, we do have like a club for it and stuff, but like, there should be like, I remember in my sister, the youth group that we were in, they all would meet every morning and like pray together and do like Bible verses and stuff. And like, I wish there was stuff like that, because I think that would have so helped me, like, at that point, because I was starting school back when I started reading the Bible again last summer, and that, I feel like that kind of would have stuck with me. But there was nothing that we kind of like had to like, for us to, like, for me to stick with it. Like, I didn't have anybody to like do it with me, like. And so then over that time, like, I was religious, but I wasn't going to church. I wasn't praying to God. I wasn't like thinking about God. And so I think after senior year, like, me and Alyssa, or Alyssa's junior year, my senior year, we were both, I wouldn't say I was in a bad place at that point, but I just kind of didn't have anything going for me. Like, I wasn't going to college. Like, I had nothing set up for college. I was stressed out. I just didn't have much going on. Alyssa was starting her senior year of school, which when I started mine, it was terrible. So, I mean, it's never a fun experience starting your last year of high school. But we agreed, like you've heard in the other things, we started going to church together. But there's just been so many times where I've just like, even with like situations with like family, like the topic, like, where are you, God? Like, that will come, like, you will see yourself saying that in so many situations, like, you don't even realize, like, things that have happened, like, with my family or stuff like that. Like, you'll ask yourself those questions, like, why aren't you here to help this? Why aren't you here? Or like, things like someone like passing away in your family, or like a grandparent or somebody close to you, you're feeling in doubt, like, why did this happen? Like, God doesn't want to upset me. Like, why is he doing this to me? And that's another thing. Like, you're asking, like, it just seems like he's not there for you at that point. Like, he took this precious thing from you, or he's putting you in this spot and you're lost and you don't have him. But you'll always find yourself asking, like, where are you, God? And even me myself, like, there's so many times that I wish, like, I am not saying my parents are bad parents for this. I love them more than anything. But we didn't grow up, like, I mean, I grew up going to church somewhat, but like, we didn't grow up like heavily in church. And I'm not mad at them for that or anything, but I see how people who, like, some people who grew up in church, like, want to get away from it when they're older, and some people who didn't come to it when they're grown up. Like, me and Alyssa, both of us, like, we weren't very involved in a church when we were younger, so, like, having it now was, like, our first, like, big, like, real experience of, like, experiencing, like, church and all the fun things, and, like, worshiping and, like, prayer and all the sermons. Like, we're always so excited to go to church on Sunday. We find it so fun and we love it, but I feel like it's so different having somebody who's had a relationship with him all your life versus someone who's just coming into a relationship with him. Like, it's just so different. And I also feel like sometimes, like, I don't know enough, and that's never a problem. Like, you don't have to, I mean, sorry, let me rephrase that. I don't know every Bible book, every Bible story. I don't know them in order. I don't know some of the most basic stories there may, like, the most, like, popular Bible stories there may be, but I'm still learning. And so that's why it's like, sometimes I wish because, like, as an 18-year-old person, like, I'll hear other people talking, they're like, oh, you don't know that or something. Like, my boyfriend grew up and went to a Christian school, and, like, so he obviously is, like, heard a lot, knows a lot. So, like, if I say something, he'd be like, you don't know that? But, like, I just never grew up, like, in the church, so, like, hearing all these stories and, like, these people that I've never heard of before, like, I love it because it's something new to me. And so, like, I just feel like coming close to him is, like, the best experience, no matter if it's, even when you're little. Like, I wish I could experience that, but, like, at my age that I am now, like, I finally, like understand things, and coming to him now is, like, it's just such a great feeling. I mean, I would have loved it if I was younger, but, like, it's such a great feeling now, like, knowing that, like, I don't know, that I can grow up and teach my kids about it and my grandkids, and it just makes me so happy. And there's still so much more for me to learn, but back to what I was saying, like, the whole point of the story, where are you, God? Those things that I read, like, the comments that I was reading on that video, let me see if there's another one. Like, even this one, like, this one, oh my goodness, this one was so good. This one has, like, it says, I prayed to God 10 minutes ago for the first time in years, begging him for a sign that he's real. I just opened TikTok and saw this. Like, there's so, like, what a coincidence. Like, he works in, like, I just cannot fathom it. Like, I haven't had an experience like that where, like, it, like I had a miracle, like, something, like, I really needed him in that moment and he, like, came for me. But I saw comments like that were like, there was one that says, let me find it. Yeah, like, this one said, just a reminder that if you don't have a supernatural story of God's love, he's still here cheering for you and longing for you. Like, a lot of these are like, you don't have to, even if you don't have a story, like, he's still, and this, yes, I'm still waiting for my story, still waiting faithfully. Like, no matter what time in your life, trusting in God, you can always, like, there will be a time, and maybe, I don't know, I haven't, like, thought about that enough or, like, read into it, but, like, just seeing that and hearing all these people's, like, stories and miracles and, like, how good he is to us was so incredible to me. Like, I had never, like, heard stories like that. Like, I had heard one story about, like, something similar to the first one, how, like, somebody, like, they didn't think they were gonna live, and, like, how they, like, were almost pronounced dead and they weren't. But, like, it's just so crazy how we can be in, like, our lowest points and he will save us no matter what. Like, how incredible is that? I'm gonna, one second. Okay, the lighting is getting really dark. I look kind of like I'm telling you a scary story. But one, like, of the biggest stories that I do know in the Bible that also, like, shows, like, a miracle is Saul becoming into Paul. And I wanted to pull it up and like read it from here because it's been a while since I learned about this story, and I haven't really like, I just wanted to get my facts right. But I want to tell you about this story if you don't know it. If you do, this is one of my stories. Like, this is one that stuck with me because it kind of reminds me of myself, of who I used to be and how I was not, like, after I had went to church, but like I'd stopped going, and I was in groups with friends who didn't believe in God, and so I didn't either, and I was not following him. I didn't believe in God. I just, it wasn't me. And then he found me, and now here I am. So I'm gonna read about this to you. I'm just gonna kind of literally sum it up. I literally looked up Saul to Paul's story on Google, so it's just like AI overview. In the Bible, Saul refers to a Jewish man who fiercely persecuted early Christians, but after a dramatic conversation experience on the road, he became known as Paul and dedicating his life to spreading the Christian message, essentially transforming from a persecutor to a devoted apostle of Jesus Christ. But so I'm gonna key points about his transformation, which I know the story, but I just want to make sure I'm getting it right. So before the conversion, he was devout. See, here's my things. Words in the Bible, like, they're just so, like, why did they use such big words back then? Because I don't be knowing these big words. But he was actively, before conversion, he was actively involved in persecuting Christians, even obtaining letters of authority to arrest them. But the conversion moment, it says, while he was traveling, Saul was blinded by a bright light and heard the voice of Jesus asking, "Why do you persecute me?" This encounter led to his immediate conversion, acceptance of Jesus as the Messiah. Which I didn't know about this, which I'm reading now. Ananias? I don't actually know if that's how you say it. I could be completely wrong. But a man named Ananias was divinely instructed to lay hands on Saul, restoring his sight and formally bring him into the Christian community. And then his name changed. Although the Bible doesn't explicitly state a name change, it is believed that Saul adopted the Roman name Paul after his conversion, likely to better connect with the Gentile population he was preaching to. Paul's ministry. Following his conversion, Paul became a prolific missionary, traveling extensively through the Roman Empire and writing many of the New Testament's epistles, greatly influencing the spread of Christianity. So like his story like shows that like literally a miracle can happen. Like that was, I think personally, I don't know, but like I think that's one of the biggest miracles in the Bible. Like I don't believe, I don't know if he was on the way. I don't know if he was like on the way to persecute Christians while this happened. I think he may have been, but literally like Jesus stopped him with like the bright light, like you heard, and he was like, "Why are you doing this? Like why do you persecute me? Why are you hurting?" And like I read right here, it said that like Jesus felt pain when he persecuted others. And so yeah, I think it said it right here where I read it. I could have sworn I just read that. Maybe I didn't. But I thought I read it. It said that like he felt pain when like he persecuted other people, and why is he doing this to him? So that's when like he came and like he encountered Jesus and accepted him, and like he knew that like, wow, he is real. Like this, like he saved him from like committing any more like bad murderous things to happen. And then they changed him, and then he became such a good guy. Go you, Paul, you're killing it. But like his story is like, I think one that's just like stands out to me, and one that I kind of only know, but like it shows that like miracle is there whether you like don't think it is. Like there is miracles can happen. And I really want to figure out, I think that maybe even what the movie I said was miracles can happen. I'm gonna look, but it's so incredible to me to see. And like I have experienced it, but not something like so like direct and like there in the moment, kind of like Paul did. But to know that, like, even like that story with the girl that I told you about, how like they were presumed dead and moments later, like, she's 20 years old now, they told her she wouldn't live long. Like, the way he works in our lives is so amazing. Like, the movie is called The Girl Who Believed in Miracles, which I think is the right one. No, ones I'm talking about is Miracles from Heaven. That's the girl who apparently like fell out of the tree and stuff. You should watch it, but I think The Girl Who Explains Miracles is the one I'm thinking of too. But Miracles in Heaven is such a good movie. I repeat, it is one of my favorite movies. I will cry every time I watch it. It is so good. But yeah, basically all I want to talk about today was, where is God if you're feeling down in your life and he's not there for you. I read you those two stories, the one on TikTok and the one, sorry, my phone said no storage again, but I just wanted to share those with you because you can be in such doubt and such pain, but where are you, God, is what you're saying. And things like that can happen. Such crazy miracles can happen, and the way he can turn your life around is like, it's so powerful and amazing to me. And I'm like just reading both those stories, Paul's story and that girl, I think her name was Maricel, like, her story was so beautiful. Like, that, I just think it's incredible how he can work in our lives and how you can, I think I'm just repeating myself at this point because I think I've summed it up basically, but I think it's so great, and I'm so proud of who me and Alyssa have become today. And I know this is off topic, but if you would have asked me a year ago if I would be sitting on a camera talking about God being such a savior and giving us miracles and all the great things, I would not believe you. And I don't know if Alyssa would either, because we have changed so much. And I think that itself is me and Alyssa's miracle, bringing us so close together when it's in such a time of need, bring us so close together and creating a relation. Like, we've been best friends since the day like she was born. I was already born. The second she was born, we were best friends. But we've never had such a close relationship as we do now, and that's because God brought us closer to each other. We were both in time of doubt saying, where are you, God? Please help me, save me, I need something. And he just brought us so close to each other to have each other and be able to sit and talk to you guys about things like this and sharing our stories and our experiences and our advice on what we have. So I'm very proud of us, and we're so grateful for our 26 subscribers, but we do love you guys, and we're very thankful for you guys that do watch and listen to us ramble on. But we still don't have an outro because Alyssa, I've not talked to her today, so I don't know what the plan is for our outro. We will find something. We'll have something on Sunday, but I want to pick one out with her while we're together, so we'll have something next Sunday. I pinky promise.
I'm back, and I'm sorry that I pinky promise because it is Sunday and we still don't. But this is a video for Wednesday, so Wednesday, so keep in mind. Promise. I can start singing for you guys for an outro if that's what you want. Anyways, sorry, bye.
But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I'm sorry Alyssa's not here. I hope you can deal with just me. I know Alyssa's the better one, but I love you guys.
Okay, I'm back one more time. This video was chaotic. I ran out of storage again, and it never finished. I guess I never finished it. So, anyways, thanks for watching Wednesday's video on Sunday. Or maybe you watch it on Monday, because who knows, it's 9:30 right now, and I'm just now getting to this, so, okay, for real, bye.